Hey everybody, welcome back. It is me, lukemick here once again, and this is my review for Under the Skin. So Under the Skin is directed by Jonathan Glazer, and it stars Scarlett Johansson as an alien who is roaming around Scotland and luring men into her grasp and using them and their bodies and their blood and flesh as energy for herself, or at least that's how I perceived what was happening in this film. Now most of this movie is actually told through the visuals. There really isn't that much of a narrative. There's a little bit of dialogue here and there, but it really doesn't get you anywhere because she doesn't really interact in a deep way with a lot of other people. She doesn't really have contact with many people. She basically meets them and eats them. That's a good way of putting it. But the visuals in this movie that it's all told through are absolutely beautiful. Jonathan Glazer as a director I think is very talented. He really reminds me of Stanley Kubrick actually. And this movie, especially the opening sequence, was a lot like 2001 A Space Odyssey, and I really like that because I really like 2001 A Space Odyssey. I just thought the visuals in this movie and the cinematography were absolutely stunning and beautiful, and all the colors, just everything, the whole visual style of this movie I thought was amazing. And there are some really weird scenes in this movie. Like I said, there really isn't much of a narrative, and it's something that kind of makes you think, this movie. It's something that you don't really know exactly what's happening the whole time, and you're kind of left on your own to sort of look at it the way you want to look at it. And there are some scenes in this movie that I'm still thinking about. One in particular is one on a seashore. That was a very odd scene. I really don't know what it meant, but I thought it was very interesting, and I really want to watch the movie again just for that scene, actually. And, you know, there's just a lot of weird stuff that happens in this movie, and Scarlett Johansson is terrifying as this alien. She just plays the role so well. I don't know what it is. She just has this very ominous look to her, and it's very, very scary. And the score in this movie is probably one of the greatest parts of the entire thing. The music and the score was haunting. I mean, it was just so disturbing, the music in this movie, mixed with the visuals and Scarlett Johansson's performance. But where I think this movie lacks is kind of in pacing. I mean, a lot of it, like I said, is told through the visuals, and there isn't a whole lot of dialogue. So a lot of the times you're kind of sitting there watching one thing for a very long time, and basically the whole movie, she's just driving around in a truck and picking guys up and taking them to her dark room. That's pretty much what the whole movie's about, and it gets a little repetitive at times. So I do think that the pacing is a little iffy here and there are things in this movie, there are some other little side characters that I really don't know who they were or what their whole role was. Like, there was another alien in the movie who was basically on a motorcycle the whole time, and I don't know what the point of that was, and there really aren't many explanations on the internet, so I don't really know what all that was about. But overall, Under the Skin was a very, very good movie with some beautiful visuals and a great performance by Scarlett Johansson, and like I mentioned before, the score in this movie was incredible, but it does have its pacing issues, so I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 5 stars. I'm glad I saw it. I definitely recommend it to you guys if you like Stanley Kubrick, or if you're just interested in this movie at all, because I think you'll probably find something to enjoy in it. So this is lukemick signing off. Please subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later.